Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm coming at you with another vintage recipe. Today, we're going back to 1969 with our Betty Crocker Cookbook. All right, if you're new around here, hello, I'm Claire. Come on in, make yourself comfortable. I do a lot of cooking. We do rice cooker recipes, we do single servings, but we also from time to time love a vintage recipe. I have a huge vintage cookbook collection going really far back. I think the oldest recipe we did was like a colonial, like 1700s kind of recipe, but my sweet spot is really like 50s, 60s, 70s. I love tasting the past in this way, so if you haven't seen my other vintage recipes, I will leave the playlist down below. There's a huge variety of fun stuff in that playlist. But today, I've got Betty Crocker's Cookbook. This cookbook is from the year 1969. I think the 60s are a fabulous time period to cook from. In the 40s, you have sort of a scarcity mindset because of the war. In the 50s, we're getting really interested in like garnishes and making food look really interesting, but the 60s are a great blend because this is right before, you know, the women's movement, right before the invention of the crock pot where things become really convenient. But we are using more convenience foods in the 60s than we were in the 50s, but we haven't lost that sort of eye for presentation, which I think is really fun. So when I was looking through this cookbook and I was trying to think of something that would be fun to do today, I came across the whole section on canapés. So we are making canapés from 1969. We are doing the smoked salmon canapés, and the reason that I picked this one is, you guys, the caption on this says, "Here's a canapé the men will really go for," which I just thought was kind of comical. My husband is working from home today, so because this is one the men will go for, let's make him some smoked salmon canapés for lunch. There's only a few ingredients in this. This is gonna be a quick video. This is not a difficult thing to do, but I thought it would be fun to give it a try, a little taste of 1969, and honestly, a smoked salmon canapé, it's good for like the summer months. We don't have to do a whole ton of cooking. Great for gatherings, for bridge club. I don't have a bridge club, but my grandma did, and I feel like I channel her every time I cook something from these old cookbooks. So yeah, with that, let's get right into it. Smoked salmon canapés from 1969. This recipe only has 5 ingredients, which is great. All of them very accessible, still here now in the 2020s. We have parsley, we have some smoked salmon, we have cream cheese, mustard, and sandwich bread. The real only deviation from this recipe that I'm using is that it called for canned smoked salmon. However, 3-ounce cans of smoked salmon is not something I could easily find. I could find canned salmon, but not smoked salmon. So I ended up going with this from Aldi. It is the right size, 3 ounces, so it is what we're using, but it's probably gonna be even a little bit tastier than a canned version I would expect. But that's fine with me. We want it to taste better. So that's the only sort of deviation from the original recipe. The other one, it says prepared mustard. I have selected some delicious French mustard because I know my husband will love it. So maybe a little bit fancier than your average 1969 cook, but I think we're gonna be pretty close. So the first instruction that we have to do here is to make our canapé toast bases. It has a recipe for how to make them, and then it has all the different types of canapés you can use on top of your bases, which I thought was really interesting. The success story of a canapé starts at the bottom with a base that deserves a proud topping. And I think that's very funny because the base that deserves a proud topping is in fact sandwich bread. So that's kind of funny. There are 2 methods. One is a skillet method where we would toast our bread in a skillet. The other is the broiler. I do have some broth going for later today on the stove already. So I'm gonna use my broiler, but you could use either. And I feel like nowadays you could just use an air fryer also, or I don't know, a toaster. But we're gonna go with the method in here. The broiler method. Set oven to broil, remove crusts from slices of sandwich bread and cut each slice into 4 squares, or cut with round, star, or other shaped cutter. Okay, you know we're about to make these fancy. I can't use a square, right? A star? I definitely have a star cookie cutter. We are gonna do stars. Lightly brush one side with melted butter or margarine, place 3 to 4 inches from heat, and toast for 3 to 4 minutes. So this is a very quick broiler situation. We don't really need to worry about heating the whole oven up or the whole house with the oven. It's only gonna take a couple minutes. All right, let's do it. I gotta go get my cookie cutters. I think a star is the best choice here. All right, I'm actually not gonna broil these quite yet. I want to get our topping ready first because I would hate to be focused on mixing up our cream cheese mixture and forget about these, because I have done that a lot of times in the broiler in my life where all of a sudden I smell burning and I'm thinking, whoops, left that in there too long. So I'm just gonna set these to the side for a minute. And now we are going to whip up our cream cheese with our mustard. All right, we are going to blend our cream cheese and our mustard. We need 2 3-ounce packages of cream cheese, which is 6 ounces. This is an 8-ounce brick because the sizes of things has really changed over the years. So we'll just, use most of it. And then we also need 2 teaspoons of mustard. Also worth noting, my cream cheese is soft. I left it on the counter. There we go. Our instructions now say to spread part of the mixture thinly on the canapé base, then place a piece of salmon on each canapé and top with a dot of the remaining cream cheese mixture. Or, if desired, pipe all the cream cheese mixture around the base and top each canapé with a sprig of parsley. So, since we really went all out on the shape, we went with a star, we're going all out and we are going to pipe this, because I want it to be beautiful, but you don't have to. And I don't know when Ziploc bags were invented, but we're using a Ziploc bag to pipe because I don't have a piping bag. And I would like to think that my grandmother would just use what she had, so that's what we're gonna do. I am also going to pop our little canapé bases in now. I should have used a sandwich bag instead of a snack bag. That was stupid. Whoops. All right, our bases are nicely toasted, and it does say in the canapé base instructions that you want to go ahead and flip them over, and we are going to put our mixture on the untoasted side, so when you go to bite it, the toasty buttery part goes on your tongue, which I think that's a nice little direction there, because that's how I would like to enjoy something. So you flip them over. And now we're going to put them together. I don't know if we'll fit all of them on this tray. I want to, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't have a bigger tray. All right, well, some of them are just gonna stay on here. Again, not the most effective piping bag ever made, but I feel like my Grandma Jane would be like, go girl, it's fine. And that's what we care about. Oh my God, stop, these look so cute. I'm not gonna lie, the star shape is going to make this a little bit time consuming. You could do this a lot faster. If you just pick squares and just like a butter knife, this would be fast. The ones on the tray are gonna be less pretty. It's fine. It's fine, don't worry about it. Behind the scenes footage. You're not gonna see these ones anyway. All right, now we are going to put our salmon on there, and just like a little piece. Like one of those. And honestly, you guys, this salmon at Aldi, it was like just over $3 for this pack. So definitely like a fancy little appetizer situation here. It definitely looks expensive, and it actually wasn't, so there you go. All right, they're starting to really look beautiful now, you guys. We're smashing this. All right, now we're going to add a little dollop on top of our mixture. Oh my gosh. These are so stinking cute. And lastly, our little sprig of parsley. Oh my gosh. Oh, my bridge club girls are gonna love this. Again, not really. I don't know how to play bridge. Do people play bridge anymore? Do I need to learn how? Maybe I do. There we go. Smoked salmon canapes that the men will really go for. All right, they're gorgeous. The last thing we need to do is a taste test, but I'm gonna need a man to do that. See if he really goes for it. Honey, I have canapés. Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah.
This is one of the prettier things I've ever made.
Definitely.
From these cookbooks.
What's on it?
Well, it's all ingredients you pretty much like. Yeah, I know you're not the biggest salmon fan. However, it's smoked salmon, which I think if you have to eat salmon,
it should be smoked.
It should be smoked. He loves a smoked fish in general, so I think you'll like it. It's not mayonnaise, don't worry.
Okay. That's what I was worried about.
It's supposed to be a hit with the men. What do you think?
That's pretty good.
He likes it! Okay. It does smell good.
It's pretty good.
It's good.
I think I'll have another weird.
You guys, if you are a longtime watcher of mine, you know we hardly ever make things that Gianni likes. This is exciting.
It's like cream cheese?
It's cream cheese and mustard.
Yeah, this is very good.
This is a good idea, you guys. And you could even switch it up a little bit, I think. I think dill would have been nice instead of parsley, but the mustard plus cream cheese is a great combo. It's tasty.
Oh yeah.
So, do you think you'll be bringing this to your next Dungeons and Dragons get-together?
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like a good cookout thing.
It is a good cookout thing. If you have like a last-minute dish to pass to bring, this would be really easy. And you could definitely cut down the amount of time by not piping it. That was not necessary. You could just spread it with a knife. It would have been fine. Well, thanks, dear. It was, in fact, a hit with the men, you guys. With that man. We did it. We did it. I'm a good wife. And there you go. That was our 1960s smoked salmon canapes. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got your wheels turning. Let's bring back canapes, you guys. Let's do this in all the ways. I could think of 100 different canapes in my mind now using this sort of formula with different spreads, different meats, maybe cheese instead, maybe like a pimento situation. I've got all sorts of ideas. My herb garden has just been planted. We could do something with like a little sprig of rosemary on there. Oh, it's gonna be a canapé summer. I'm calling it already. Of course, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of this video. And of course, check out the whole playlist of our vintage recipes, especially if you want to see some where Gianni tastes some things that he really doesn't like, some mystery gelatin things. And if you're an oldie but goldie here, then you know the infamous ham banana video that's in there too. So if you want, you can check those out. I'll leave a link to it down below. And of course, be sure you are subscribed and come back for more fun vintage content now and then. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!